6 months after their first date, Olivia's life looked completely different. She was still successful at work. The Morrison account was thriving, and she'd just been promoted to director of marketing. But work was no longer her entire life. She left the office at 6 p.m. now, spending evenings with Alex. They cooked dinner together, played video games, watched movies. On weekends, they explored the city, tried new restaurants, visited art galleries. Olivia had even started painting again, something she'd loved in college but abandoned for her career. Alex had finished his video game and published it. It wasn't a massive commercial success, but it had a cult following. People loved it, created fan art, wrote reviews praising the storytelling. Alex was already working on his next project, and this time he had a small team and some indie funding. They were happy, genuinely, deeply happy. But one Tuesday afternoon, everything shifted. Olivia was called into Mr. Bennett's office. He looked serious, almost apologetic. "Olivia, I need to talk to you about something important." He gestured to a chair. "Please sit." "Is something wrong with the Morrison account?" "No, the account is fine. This is about a personal matter." Mr. Bennett sighed. "My relationship with Jessica has been discovered. HR is investigating. There will likely be consequences." Olivia had suspected as much. Office gossip had been swirling for weeks. "I'm sorry to hear that," she said carefully. "Here's the thing. HR is now reviewing all workplace relationships, yours with Alex included." Olivia's stomach dropped. "But we're not in violation of any policy. He doesn't report to me." "Technically, no, but there's a perception issue. You're senior management. He's a junior employee. Even if it's not explicitly forbidden, the optics are complicated." Mr. Bennett leaned forward. "The board is concerned about potential lawsuits, claims of favoritism, that kind of thing." "Are you asking me to end my relationship?" "I'm telling you that one of you will need to transfer to a different company. HR is giving you 2 weeks to decide who." Olivia felt like the floor had dropped out from under her. "You can't be serious." "I'm very serious. I'm sorry, Olivia. I tried to fight this, but the board is insistent. They're making an example out of these situations." "Because you got caught." "Yes," Mr. Bennett admitted, "because I got caught, and now everyone's under scrutiny." Olivia left his office in a daze. She went straight to the IT department, found Alex, pulled him into an empty meeting room. "We need to talk," she said, and told him everything. Alex listened quietly, his expression growing darker. The morning started like any other morning. Emma was crying in her crib, hungry for her 6 a.m. feeding. Olivia dragged herself out of bed, exhausted from another sleepless night. Emma was 4 months old now, and sleep was still a distant memory. She reached for Liam's side of the bed, out of habit, but found it cold, empty. He must have already left for work. Another early morning meeting, another crisis at the company, another day where she'd barely see him. Olivia picked up Emma, settled into the nursing chair, and let her daughter feed while she dozed against the cushions. The penthouse was silent except for Emma's soft sounds. Too silent. After feeding Emma, Olivia wandered into the kitchen to make coffee. That's when she saw it. An envelope on the marble counter, her name written in Liam's handwriting. Her heart dropped. Something was wrong. Liam didn't leave notes, he sent texts, quick, efficient messages between meetings. With trembling hands, Olivia opened the envelope. The letter inside was short, devastatingly short. "Olivia, I can't do this anymore. I thought I could be a husband, a father, balance everything, but I can't. I'm drowning. Every day I wake up feeling like I'm failing at everything. The company, you, Emma, especially Emma. I look at her and I see responsibility I'm not ready for. I see a future I never chose. I see my father looking at me with disappointment, telling me I'm not man enough to handle it all. I need space, time to figure out who I am without all this pressure. I know that makes me a coward. I know I'm abandoning you, but I can't breathe anymore. I can't be what everyone needs me to be. There's money in the account. Enough for you and Emma for a while. I'll send more.
I'll figure out support, custody, all of it. But I need time away. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Liam. Olivia read it 3 times before the words sank in. He left. Liam left her. Left Emma. Just walked away. She called him immediately, straight to voicemail. She tried again, and again, and again. Each time, the person you're trying to reach is not available. Panic rising, Olivia called his office. Blackwood Industries, how may I help you? This is Olivia Blackwood. I need to speak to my husband. It's an emergency. I'm sorry, Mrs. Blackwood, but Mr. Blackwood called this morning to say he's taking an indefinite leave of absence. He's not in the office. What? Where is he? I'm not at liberty to say, ma'am. I'm sorry. Olivia hung up, her hands shaking so badly she dropped the phone. He really left. He really abandoned them. Emma started crying again. She could sense her mother's distress. Olivia picked her up automatically, pacing the enormous penthouse that suddenly felt like a prison. What was she supposed to do? How could he just leave? She tried his parents. His mother answered. Mrs. Blackwood, it's Olivia. Have you heard from Liam? A long pause. He called us this morning, said he needed time away. Did you know? Did you know he was planning to leave? Another pause. Longer this time. He's been struggling, Olivia. We could see it. The pressure was too much. So you knew and you didn't warn me. Didn't tell me my husband was about to abandon me and his daughter? That's not fair. Fair? He left us. He just walked away like we're nothing. Olivia was crying now, Emma wailing in her arms. Where did he go? You have to tell me where he is. I don't know. He said he needed space. He'll reach out when he's ready. When he's ready? What about what Emma needs? What I need? Olivia, I understand you're upset. Upset? I'm not upset. I'm devastated. My husband just walked out on his family and you're defending him? Lower your voice. You're being hysterical. Something in Olivia snapped. Don't you dare tell me I'm being hysterical. My husband just abandoned me with a 4-month-old baby. I think I'm entitled to be upset. She hung up before Liam's mother could respond. The next few days passed in a blur of shock and survival mode. Olivia barely ate, barely slept. She went through the motions, feeding Emma, changing diapers, keeping them both alive, but inside she was numb. Friends called. Her mother came over immediately. Pack your tings. You're coming to stay with me. I can't, Mom. This is our home, Liam's home. When he comes back, if he comes back. Her mother's voice was gentle but firm. Honey, you need support. You can't do this alone in this huge place. He said there's money in the account. We'll be fine. But when Olivia checked their bank account, her blood ran cold. The account that usually had hundreds of thousands of dollars now had $5,000. $5,000 to support her and Emma indefinitely. She called the bank, frantically explaining that there must be a mistake. No mistake, Mrs. Blackwood. Mr. Blackwood transferred most of the funds to a separate account 3 days ago. He left $5,000 in the joint account with a note that said it was for immediate expenses. 3 days ago. He'd planned this. While she was feeding her daughter, rocking her to sleep, believing they were a family, he'd been planning to leave. Olivia hung up and started laughing, hysterical, broken laughter that turned into sobs. $5,000 in one of the most expensive cities in the world. With a baby. With no job, she'd left her work to focus on Emma. With no recent work experience. Who would hire her? And then it hit her. The penthouse. They didn't own it. It was a rental. A luxury rental that cost $8,000 a month. She couldn't afford 1 month's rent. Panic set in fully now. She went through every drawer, every document, trying to understand their financial situation. The prenup she'd signed without reading carefully came back to haunt her. In case of separation, each party retained what they brought to the marriage. She had brought nothing. No assets, no money, no property. Everything was his. The nanny they had hired paid through Liam's account, no longer affordable. The groceries delivered weekly, same account, gone. The health insurance for Emma? Through Liam's company. She'd have to figure out how to get her own. Her phone buzzed. A text from the building management. Mrs. Blackwood, this month's rent is overdue. Please remit payment by end of week to avoid late fees. Olivia looked around the penthouse, the expensive furniture, the designer nursery, the life of luxury she had never asked for but had gotten used to, and realized with crushing certainty she was about to lose everything. She had 1 week to come up with $8,000 she didn't have. She had a 4-month-old baby depending on her. She had a husband who'd vanished without a trace, and she had absolutely no idea how she was going to survive. That night, after putting Emma to sleep, Olivia sat on the floor of the nursery and cried until she had no tears left. Then she pulled herself together, wiped her face, and made a decision. She couldn't stay here. She couldn't afford this life. She would have to start over, from nothing. Just like before she'd met Liam. Except this time, she had a daughter to protect. A daughter whose father had abandoned her like she meant nothing. Olivia looked at Emma, sleeping peacefully in her expensive crib, and whispered, I promise you, baby girl. I promise I'll figure this out. I won't let us fall apart. I won't let you go hungry. I won't let you feel abandoned. Even if your father already has, she thought bitterly. The next morning, Olivia started packing. Not everything. She couldn't take the furniture, couldn't take most of Emma's things. Just the essentials. Clothes, diapers, a few toys. She called her mother. I'm coming to stay with you, just for a little while, until I figure things out. Of course, honey, of course. Come home. Home. Her mother's tiny 2-bedroom apartment, where Olivia would share a room with Emma, where there was barely space for the two of them, let alone a baby. But it was shelter. It was free. It was survival. As Olivia took one last look at the pet house, at the life she had lived for 8 months, the fairy tale that had turned into a nightmare, she felt something shift inside. The girl who'd gotten lost in a storm and stumbled into a millionaire's car was gone. The woman who'd relied on Liam to save her, to provide for her, to be her partner, was gone too. Now she was just Olivia, a single mother with nothing but $5,000, a baby, and a determination to survive. She didn't know how she'd do it, but she'd figure it out. She had to. For Emma.
Saturday arrived faster than Olivia expected. She spent the entire morning anxious, changing outfits 5 times, staring at her closet in despair. What did one wear on a date with a 26-year-old IT guy? Her usual professional wardrobe felt too formal, but she didn't want to look like she was trying too hard to be young either. Finally, she settled on dark jeans, a soft blue sweater, and ankle boots. Casual, but put together. Her natural makeup, hair down and loose instead of the tight bun she wore to work. When she looked in the mirror, she barely recognized herself. She looked softer, younger, more like the woman she used to be before work consumed everything. At 7 p.m. sharp, her doorbell rang. Alex stood there in jeans and a button-down shirt, holding a small bouquet of sunflowers. Not roses, which Olivia appreciated. Sunflowers were cheerful, unexpected. "You look beautiful," Alex said, and the way he said it, simple, genuine, made Olivia blush. "Thank you. So do you." She took the flowers. "Let me just put these in water." "Take your time. Our reservation isn't until 7:30. Reservation? He'd planned ahead. Olivia found herself smiling as she arranged the sunflowers in a vase. Alex drove them to a small Italian restaurant in a neighborhood Olivia had never explored. It wasn't fancy, no white tablecloths or pretentious menus, but it was cozy, warm, with string lights and the smell of garlic bread. "My nonna's friend owns this place," Alex explained as they were seated. "Best pasta in the city, I promise." He was right. The food was incredible. But more than that, the conversation was easy. They talked about everything.
Movies, books, childhood memories, embarrassing stories. Alex made her laugh so hard she almost snorted wine out of her nose, which would have been mortifying with anyone else, but somehow felt comfortable with him. "Tell me about the video game thing," Olivia said over dessert, tiramisu they were sharing. "You said you dream about making games?" Alex's face lit up. "Yeah, I've been coding since I was 12. Started with simple stuff, worked my way up. I've actually been developing an indie game in my spare time." "Really? What kind of game?" "Story-driven adventure, about a girl who discovers she can travel between different book worlds." Alex looked almost embarrassed. "It's nerdy, I know." "It's wonderful," Olivia said sincerely. "Why are you embarrassed?" "Because it's not practical, not a real career path. My parents think I should be focusing on getting promoted to senior IT, maybe management eventually. They don't understand the creative stuff." Olivia understood that pressure all too well. "What do you want?" "Honestly, I want to finish my game, put it out there, see if people connect with it. Even if only 100 people play it and love it, that would be enough." Alex met her eyes. "I'd rather create something meaningful than climb a corporate ladder I don't care about." "That's brave," Olivia said quietly. "I spent so long climbing the ladder I forgot to ask myself if I even wanted to be at the top." "It's not too late to change direction." "Isn't it? I'm 30. I've built my entire identity around my career." "You're 30, not 80. Alex reached across the table, taking her hand. "You have so much time to try new things, to figure out what makes you happy, to live." Olivia looked at their joined hands. His were warm, slightly calloused from computer work. Solid. Real. After dinner, Alex didn't take her home. Instead, he drove to an old-fashioned arcade. "An arcade?" Olivia laughed as they pulled up. "Seriously?" "Trust me," Alex grinned. Inside, it was like stepping back in time. Pac-Man, Street Fighter, skee-ball, air hockey. The sounds of electronic beeps and buzzers filled the air, along with laughter from other couples and groups of teenagers. "When's the last time you played a video game?" Alex asked, leading her to a racing game. "College, maybe?" "Then you're way overdue." He handed her a handful of tokens. "Let's see what you've got." They played for 2 hours. Olivia was terrible at most games, but Alex was patient, teaching her the controls, cheering when she finally beat a level. They played air hockey, she won, barely, and skee-ball, where Alex absolutely destroyed her score but pretended not to notice. At one point, playing a co-op zombie shooter game, they were laughing so hard that they couldn't aim properly. Olivia couldn't remember the last time she'd laughed like this. Free, unreserved, genuine joy. "I have one more surprise," Alex said as they left the arcade, arms full of tiny prizes they'd won, a plastic ring, a rubber duck, a small stuffed dinosaur. He drove them to a lookout point overlooking the city. The lights sparkled below them like fallen stars. They sat on the hood of his car, close enough that their shoulders touched. "This is where I come when work gets too stressful, when I need to remember there's more to life than fixing broken computers and dealing with people who don't know how to restart their machines." "It's beautiful," Olivia said. "So are you." Olivia turned to look at him. Alex was already looking at her, his expression open and honest. "I had a really good time tonight," Olivia said softly. "Me too." Alex hesitated. "Can I be honest about something?" "Please." "I've had a crush on you since the day you started at the company. I was a junior IT support back then, just 19, fresh out of school. You were this confident, brilliant woman who knew exactly what she wanted. I thought you were way out of my league." "You were 19?" Olivia did the math. "That's 7 years ago. You've had a crush on me for 7 years?" Alex laughed, embarrassed. "When you say it like that, it sounds creepy." "No," Olivia said, turning to face him fully. "It sounds sweet, patient, like you've been waiting for the right moment. I figured the right moment would never come, that you'd never notice someone like me." Alex reached up, gently tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. "But then I saw you in that elevator Thursday night, and you looked so sad, so lost. And I thought, maybe I could make you smile, even just once." "You've made me smile a lot tonight," Olivia whispered. "Good." Alex's hand lingered near her face. "Olivia, can I kiss you?" Instead of answering, Olivia leaned in and kissed him first. It was soft, tentative at first. Then Alex's hand cupped her face and the kiss deepened, became something more. Olivia felt something ignite inside her, something that had been dormant for so long she'd forgotten it existed. Desire, connection, the electric feeling of being wanted. When they finally pulled apart, both breathing hard, Alex rested his forehead against hers. "Wow," he murmured. "Yeah," Olivia agreed. "Wow." They sat there for another hour, talking and kissing and watching the city lights. By the time Alex drove her home, it was past midnight. At her apartment door, he kissed her again, slower this time, savoring it. "Can I see you again? Tomorrow?" "Tomorrow, Sunday." "So what? We could do brunch, or a movie, or literally anything. I just want to spend more time with you." Olivia smiled, a real, genuine smile that reached her eyes. Tomorrow sounds perfect. After Alex left, Olivia floated into her apartment. She looked at the sunflowers he'd brought, at her reflection in the mirror, flushed, happy, alive. For the first time in years, she felt like herself again. And it was all because of a 26-year-old IT guy who had the courage to ask her out for coffee.
Monday morning arrived too soon. Olivia walked into the office with a secret smile, her mind still on the weekend with Alex. They'd spent all of Sunday together. Brunch, a long walk in the park, dinner at his apartment where he'd cooked for her and shown her his game project. She'd stayed until midnight, talking and kissing and feeling like a teenager again. But now, back in her professional world, Olivia felt the weight of reality settling in. Alex worked here. She worked here. They'd crossed a line that could complicate everything. "Good morning, Olivia." Jessica, the marketing coordinator, breezed past her desk with a bright smile. The same Jessica who was secretly dating Mr. Bennett. Olivia watched her go, remembering what she'd witnessed Thursday night. Should she say something? Report it? Ignore it? Before she could decide, her phone buzzed. A text from Alex. "Good morning, beautiful. Miss you already. Lunch together?" Olivia smiled despite her anxiety. "Office cafe at noon? Perfect. Can't wait to see you." The morning passed in a blur of meetings and emails, but Olivia found herself distracted, checking the clock, counting down to lunch. She felt like a schoolgirl with a crush. At 11:45, Mr. Bennett called her into his office. "Olivia, have a seat." He looked tired, stressed. "I need to talk to you about something sensitive." Olivia's heart raced. Did he know she'd seen him with Jessica? Was he going to ask her to keep quiet about it? "There's been some office gossip," Mr. Bennett continued, leaning back in his chair, "about relationships between employees. HR is concerned about potential liability issues." "Oh?" Olivia kept her voice neutral. "Yes. Apparently, someone saw two employees in a compromising position in the building after hours." He paused. "I need to make sure all my managers are following company policy. No fraternization between employees, especially not between supervisors and their subordinates." The irony wasn't lost on Olivia. Here was Mr. Bennett, secretly dating Jessica, lecturing her about office relationships. "Of course," Olivia said carefully. "I understand company policy." "Good, because if there were any relationships that violated policy, they'd need to end immediately, or one party would need to transfer departments, or leave the company entirely." Mr. Bennett met her eyes. "We can't afford any scandals, not with the Morrison account expansion coming up." After the meeting, Olivia sat at her desk, mind racing. Alex was in IT support, not technically her subordinate, but in the same company. Was their relationship against policy? And even if it wasn't technically forbidden, would people talk? Would it affect her professional reputation? She'd worked so hard to build her career. Could she risk it for a man she'd just started dating? At 11:45, Olivia found Alex waiting at their usual table in the office cafe. He smiled when he saw her, standing up to pull out her chair. "Hey," he said warmly. "How was your morning?" "Complicated," Olivia admitted, sitting down. "Alex, we need to talk." His smile faded. "That sounds ominous." "It's just, Mr. Bennett called me in this morning.
Apparently, there's been talk about office relationships. He reminded me about company policy. Does he know about us? I don't think so. But Alex, I've been thinking maybe we should be more careful. Keep things quiet for a while. Quiet? Alex frowned. You mean secret? Just until we figure out if this is serious. I don't want office gossip affecting either of our careers. Olivia, I don't care about gossip. But I do. Olivia leaned forward. I've worked here for 3 years. I've built a reputation. People respect me. If they find out I'm dating someone younger, someone in a junior position, someone beneath you? Alex's voice was quiet but hurt. It's not what I meant. Isn't it? Alex sat back. You're worried about what people will think, that dating the IT guy will make you look bad. That's not fair. No, what's not fair is hiding what we have because you're embarrassed. Alex, wait. But he was already walking away, leaving Olivia alone at the table with her untouched lunch and a knot of guilt in her stomach. The afternoon was torture. Olivia couldn't focus on work, kept replaying their conversation, wondering if she'd ruined everything. At 5 p.m., she made a decision. She went down to the IT department, found Alex at his desk. Can we talk? She asked quietly. Alex looked up, his expression guarded. Sure. They found an empty conference room. Olivia closed the door, leaned against it. I'm sorry. You're right. I was being a coward. Alex, let me finish. She took a breath. I spent so long building my career, I forgot how to have a life. And when something good finally happens, my first instinct is to hide it, to protect my professional image instead of protecting what actually matters. What actually matters? Alex asked softly. This, us. You matter. What we have matters. More than office gossip or company policy or what anyone thinks. Alex pulled her close, wrapped her arms around her. I don't want to make things complicated for you. Life is complicated, but you make it better. Olivia looked up at him. I'm not going to hide us. I'm not going to pretend I'm crazy about you. And if people have a problem with it, that's their issue, not ours. Alex kissed her, deep and passionate, right there in the conference room with its glass walls where anyone could see. And Olivia kissed him back, not caring who was watching. When they broke apart, Alex was smiling. So we're doing this? Really doing this? Really doing this, Olivia confirmed. Even though I'm younger? Even though I'm just an IT guy? You're not just anything. You're smart, talented, kind. You make me laugh. You make me feel alive. Olivia cupped his face. And I don't care if you're 26 or 56. I care that you make me happy. You make me happy too. Happy I can't stop smiling when I think about you. They left the conference room hand in hand, not hiding, not sneaking, just two people who liked each other, refusing to let fear dictate their choices. As they passed through the office, Olivia saw a few surprised looks, some whispers. She also saw Jessica watching them with a knowing smile. Let them talk, Olivia thought. For the first time in years, I'm actually living my life, instead of just working through it. And that was worth any amount of gossip.
2 months into their relationship, Olivia and Alex had fallen into a comfortable rhythm. They were no longer hiding at work, eating lunch together openly, leaving together in the evenings, and yes, dealing with the office gossip that came with it. Most people were supportive, or at least neutral. A few made snide comments about the age difference or the fact that Olivia was dating below her level. But Alex would just squeeze her hand and remind her that other people's opinions didn't matter. The bigger challenge was balancing their different worlds. Olivia was still career-driven, still ambitious. She worked late, stressed about presentations, lived and breathed the Morrison account. Alex, on the other hand, was content with his IT job because it gave him time and energy to work on his real passion, his video game. "Come to the launch party Friday," Olivia said one evening at Alex's apartment. She was reviewing documents on her laptop while he coded on his desktop. "It's the Morrison account kickoff. Big deal. There'll be important people there." "Do I have to?" Alex didn't look up from his screen. "You know I hate those corporate things." "It would mean a lot to me. Show people we're serious." "We are serious. Why do we need to prove it to your colleagues?"
Olivia closed her laptop, frustrated. Because it's important to me. My career is important to me. I know that. Alex finally turned to face her. But your career has been your entire life for years. There's more to life than impressing people at fancy parties. Easy for you to say, you're content fixing computers. The words came out harsher than Olivia intended. Alex flinched. Is that what you really think? That I'm just some guy who fixes computers? That my dreams don't matter because they don't involve climbing a corporate ladder? That's not... I didn't mean... I think you should go, Alex said, turning back to his computer. Olivia sat there for a moment, guilt washing over her. Then she grabbed her things and left, tears burning her eyes. They didn't talk for 3 days. Olivia buried herself in work, telling herself it was for the best. Maybe they were too different. Maybe the age gap and different priorities meant they were doomed from the start. On Friday, Olivia went to the Morrison launch party alone. She wore her best dress, smiled at all the right people, networked with potential clients. On the outside, she looked successful, confident. On the inside, she felt empty. Around 9 p.m., she stepped outside for air. The party was in a downtown hotel, the rooftop terrace offering views of the city. Olivia leaned against the railing, thinking about Alex, wondering if she'd ruined the best thing that had happened to her in years. "Fancy seeing you here." Olivia spun around. Alex stood there in a suit. She'd never seen him in a suit before. He looked nervous, uncomfortable, but he'd come. "Alex, what are you—" "You said it was important to you, so I'm here." He walked over, hands in his pockets. "Even though I hate these things, even though everyone in there probably thinks I don't belong, because you belong, and you matter more than my discomfort." Olivia felt tears welling up. "I'm so sorry. What I said about your work was hurtful." "Yeah." Alex stepped closer. "But I get it. You're proud of what you've built. You should be. I need you to be proud of me, too, of what I'm building, even if it's different from your path." "I am proud of you," Olivia said fiercely. "Your game is incredible. Your talent is incredible. You're going to do amazing things. And you're going to keep conquering the corporate world." Alex smiled slightly. "We're just different, but that doesn't mean we can't work." "Doesn't it?" Olivia asked quietly. "You hate my world. I don't understand yours. How do we bridge that gap?" "By meeting in the middle, by supporting each other even when we don't fully get it." Alex took her hands. "I'll come to your corporate parties if you'll come to my coding meetups. I'll listen to your work stress if you'll play test my game levels. We don't have to be the same. We just have to care about what matters to the other person." Olivia looked at him, this young man who'd shown up in a suit he clearly hated, at a party full of people who probably looked down on him just because it mattered to her. "I love you," she said suddenly. Alex's eyes widened. "What?" "I love you. I've been falling in love with you since that first coffee, maybe even since the elevator." Olivia cupped his face. "I love that you make me laugh, that you challenge me, that you remind me there's more to life than work. I love you, Alex." A slow smile spread across his face. "I love you too. I've loved you since I was 19 years old, watching you walk through the office like you owned the place." They kissed on that rooftop, the party continuing inside, the city lights twinkling around them. "Come inside with me," Olivia murmured against his lips. "Meet everyone, not as my secret or my shame, but as my boyfriend, the man I love. Even though I'm younger, even though I'm just—" Olivia cut him off with another kiss. "You're brilliant. You're talented. You're mine. That's all that matters." They went back inside together. Olivia introduced Alex to Mr. Bennett, to important clients, to her colleagues. Some looked surprised. Some looked judgmental. Olivia didn't care. She'd spent too long caring about what other people thought, building a life that looked good on paper but felt empty in reality. With Alex, she was building something real, something that mattered, and that was worth more than any professional achievement.